Hello, and thank you for continuing the journey as we explore the theme of God's great deliverance. Today is Thursday, June 10th, and we're going to learn from 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 1 through 14, how God delivers us from uncertainty. Perhaps you've heard this story before, but I invite you to enjoy it with new ears. As we turn to this account in 2 Kings, which is in the Old Testament, also known as the Hebrew Bible, it's a story of Elijah and the whirlwind. Elijah has been a faithful prophet and servant of God through very trying circumstances, and the time for him to depart his earthly existence is drawing near. Perhaps you've been struggling with uncertainty yourself. Elisha, who was the protege of Elijah, may have had similar doubts knowing that his master was about to be taken from him, and following in the footsteps of a great and mighty prophet. Let's see if we can glean any signs of deliverance from Elijah and the whirlwind. Beginning in 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 1. When the Lord was about to take Elijah up to heaven in a whirlwind, Elijah and Elisha were on their way from Gilgal. Elijah said to Elisha, "Stay here, the Lord has sent me to Bethel." But Elisha said, "As surely as the Lord lives and as you live, I will not leave you." So they went down to Bethel. The company of the prophets at Bethel came out to Elisha and asked, "Do you know that the Lord is going to take your master from you today?" "Yes, I know," Elisha replied, "so be quiet." Then Elijah said to him, "Stay here, Elisha. The Lord has sent me to Jericho." And he replied, "As surely as the Lord lives and as you live, I will not leave you." So they went to Jericho. The company of the prophets at Jericho went up to Elisha and asked him, "Do you know that the Lord is going to take your master from you today?" "Yes, I know," he replied, "so be quiet." Then Elijah said to him, "Stay here. The Lord has sent me to the Jordan." And he replied, "As surely as the Lord lives and as you live, I will not leave you." So the two of them walked on. 50 men from the company of the prophets went and stood at a distance, facing the place where Elijah and Elisha had stopped at the Jordan. Elijah took his cloak, rolled it up, and struck the water with it. The water divided to the right and to the left, and the two of them crossed over on dry ground. When they had crossed, Elijah said to Elisha, "Tell me, what can I do for you before I am taken from you?" "Let me inherit a double portion of your spirit," Elisha said. "You have asked a difficult thing," Elijah said. "Yet, if you see me when I am taken from you, it will be yours. Otherwise, it will not." As they were walking along and talking together, suddenly a chariot of fire and horses of fire appeared and separated from the two of them, and Elijah went up to heaven in a whirlwind. Elisha saw this and cried out, my father, the chariots and horsemen of Israel!" And Elisha saw him no more. Then he took hold of his garment and tore it in two. Elisha then picked up Elijah's cloak that had fallen from him and went back and stood on the bank of the Jordan. He took the cloak that had fallen from him and from Elijah and struck the water with it. "Where now is the Lord, the God of Elijah?" he asked. When he struck the water, it divided to the right and to the left, and he crossed over. I want you to listen to this account and think about the fact that Elisha is delivered by God through very difficult circumstances. And so we're going to see more about Elisha's ministry in the time to come this week. But I love how he's not quite sure if he can follow in the footsteps of his master. And he prays not once but twice. And sure enough, the power comes. He's able to follow in one small sign and yet a miraculous sign as well. So let's look around this week for small signs, but mighty signs of God's presence. May God bless you.